expressed in this program by the host or guests do not state or reflect those of the company, its management, sponsors, or any entities they represent.
Oh, it's lit. We prime time. Subscribe, like, and share. Give us your feedback. Yo, I'm Manny at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis, and breaking scoreboards. Simone of the Olympics, defense and big business. The Mayweather who way better. From the greatness of Jim Brown, I've been down. Talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the three in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bell in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host Dee Trynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host Dee Trynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Dee Trynt, game changer sports talk in the street sports, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Catch us on IG at In the Street Sports or at Dee Trynt. If you missed the live records, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the In the Street Sports channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you will see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly. Man, it is a pleasure to have y'all here today. Nice Thursday afternoon. Oh, shit. Hello? Okay. It's nice to have y'all here today. Nice Thursday afternoon. It's snowing here in Cleveland. Clearly, our climate don't like us like that. But hopefully the sun is shining bright in whatever area you in, okay? We down to Thursday. Why is that significant? Because this is the last day for NBA games until after the All-Star break. And tonight, we got Warriors versus Rockets. Warriors come in at 2020 at 27-27, going against the Rockets, who are 34-20. 8 o'clock tip-off Eastern Standard Time. Pelicans hosting the Kings. The Pelicans are 12-42. Recently just traded away Brandon Ingram. The Kings come in at 28-26. Recently traded away De'Aaron Fox. But hopefully, Zach LaVine and company can actually make a playoff push, right? That game tips off at 8 o'clock as well. Heat going into Dallas to take the Mavericks, all right? Heat come in at 25-27. Mavericks holding on to a 29-26 record. That tip-off is at 8:30. Of course, both teams made significant moves. He got rid of Jimmy Butler, brought in Andrew Wiggins. The Mavericks sent away Luka, got AD. Unfortunately, AD is not playing for a while. All right, Thunder is going to Minnesota to take on the T-Wolves. The Thunder come in with the best record in the West, second best record in the entire league at 44-9. The Timberwolves, 30-25, led by Anthony Edwards, and they all right, man. They gonna figure it out. But last game before the All-Star break, a much needed break for a lot of people. And the last game on the docket that's gonna start at 9 o'clock, Clippers at 30-23 go to Utah to take on the 13-40 Jazz. To be honest, though, these are actually some pretty good games to be the end of the last day before the break. I think these are pretty good games, but that ain't why we're here. All right, we gotta talk about All-Star Weekend and all the things that's about to come with All-Star Weekend. Okay, so first off, let's talk about how it's a new format. All right, what's going to happen is the rising stars are going to play in the format, right? And it's 4 honorary coaches. You got Tim Hardaway Sr. with a team, Mitch Richmond with a team, Chris Mullin with a team, and honorary guest Jeremy Lin with his own team of rookies and second-year players. Now, from my understanding, The winner of this tournament will be the fourth team in the All-Star Game tournament, right? Which I think is a nice little caveat, right? So, with that being said, let's talk about the teams. Honorary coach Tim Hardaway Sr. has Brandon Podemski from the Golden State Warriors. My fault, Brandon. Jaime Jaquez Jr. from the Miami Heat. Grady Dick from the Toronto Raptors. Anthony Black from Orlando Magic. Zachary Risache, number one overall pick from the Atlanta Hawks. Alex Sarr, number two overall pick for the Washington Wizards. And Tristan De Silva from the Orlando Magic. And they will make up Team Tim Hardaway. This is a pretty decent little team, right? Because Brandon could play the point, Anthony could play the point. That's a nice backcourt. Brady Dick could play the 2/3. Jaime could play the three. Risache will play 3-4. Tristan 4-5. Alex 4-5. So they got a little nice little 7-man little rotation. All right. Team Mitch Richmond. They got the Thompson brothers. A man from Houston, Asar from Detroit. They got Bilal Kalabali from the Washington Wizards. He's had a pretty good year this year as well. Scoot Henderson from the Portland Trailblazers. Also, Tumani Kamara from the Portland Trailblazers. Yves Missy from the New Orleans Pelicans. Bub Carrington from the Washington Wizards. And Julian Strawther from the Denver Nuggets. Now, this is not a bad team. Vissy the only big man, but in all fairness, Aman Asar played like a three, like a slash. Well, Aman like a 3/point/power forward. I saw more like the power forward type, but he could play the three. I think Aman and Scoop uh, with the ball in their hands is crazy though, especially with Bub because all of them can really put up some buckets. That's a nice little team though for Mitch Richmond though. I ain't gonna hold you, all right? So we got Team C, Chris Mullin, and he has Stephon Castle from San Antonio Spurs, Dalton Connect from the LA Lakers, Jalen Wells from the Memphis Grizzlies, Keontae George from the Utah Jazz, Zach Edey from the Memphis Grizzlies, Trace Jackson Davis from the Golden State Warriors, and Ryan Dunn from the Phoenix Suns. Now, this is an underrated team. Zach Edey and Stephon Castle and Dalton Connect was arguably three of the best players in college last year. And now you got them on the same team. You got 1, 2, or 2, 3, and 5. Um, Jackson Davis has been really good. I haven't seen a lot of Ryan Dunn, even though I thought he had some game. Keontae George has game. I'm not familiar with Jalen Wells' game though. But I think it's a pretty nice little team though, especially with those three leading the charge of Castle, Connect, and Edey. I can get down with that. And now we got the honorary coach, Jeremy Lin. And his team is full of G Leaguers, actually. J.D. Davison from the Celtics uh, G League affiliate. Matt McClung, two-time dunk champion from the Orlando Magic's G League affiliate. Bryce McGowans, he is in Portland's G League affiliate. Leonard Miller, who is in Minnesota's G League affiliate. Dink Pate, who is from the Mexico City Capitanes. I didn't even know that Mexico City had a G League team. That is something new for me. Reed Shepard, uh, Rio Grande Valley Vipers. I would have to assume that is Houston's G League affiliate. And then you got Pat Spencer from the Santa Cruz Warriors, which I would assume that's Golden State's G League affiliate. Um, I'm actually kind of familiar with Leonard Miller's game as a big man. I think Matt McClung should be able to play on somebody's bench. Reed Shepard, a dog. Reed Shepard, a dog. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about Dink Pate. I ain't familiar with his game, but I heard J.D. Davidson had a hell of a game. So I think this would be a good. This is a nice little mixture. And from what I know, the winner of this team will be the fourth team for the All Star tournament. Now, the question is, how do y'all like the new format? Right? Um, you know, how many people are okay with the format of four teams playing in the tournament? Me personally, I like it because I feel like you give a chance for everybody selected to showcase their skills versus the regular format where you play in it like a regular game. I'm not for the All Star festivities being like regular festivities. Um, I will argue that because the team has moved to big threes, that they should have a big three tournament, right? Um, for all the teams that's got an All Star, or no, maybe the teams that don't got an All Star. For all the teams that don't have an All Star in the league for that season, they should have a big three from those teams, right? And those teams are playing the 3-on-3 tournament. I think that'll be fire. You got the skills competition, which I like. The 3-point tournament, which I like. The dunk contest hasn't been that spectacular over the years, but I think that's because they need to open it up. Um, the dunk contest should be NBA dunkers versus IG and YouTube dunkers, right? I feel like the NBA is getting more into a position to help market and promote other brands and things like that. Um, start in your own backyard, right? Start with people who help make the game interesting, even when the NBA is not doing something. Shout out to those people. They do some really interesting dunks. I think that'll be a nice competition for the average fan or the guy that could have made it versus the guy that did made it, right? Um, I think that'll be fire. But I do like the 14 formats. I think everything kind of sweet with that. And then, let's talk about the All Star game rosters, right? Because this is interesting. So the inside the NBA crew has their own team, with the exception of Ernie Johnson, right? Shaq has his own team, which is called the OGs. And then Kenny has his own team called the Young Stars. And Chuck has his own team called the Global Stars. All right. So Shaq team, Shaq OGs, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Dame Lillard, James Harden, Jaylen Brown, Kyrie Irving. That's a crazy lineup, bro. That is crazy. All right. Kenny's Young Stars, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Tyler Hero. That's a fire squad, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I mean, I understand that the OGs is the OGs. Hey, but all these young cats hungry and could take them old cats too, depending on who matchup is who. Now, this is where I think it's lightweight unfair, right? Because Chuck got the global stars, and he got Jokic and Giannis, Shea Gilders Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, Pascal Siakam, uh, Alperen Sengun, Carl Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young. Thank you. Trey Young, Donovan Mitchell. Now, this team is crazy because Jokic can handle the rock, Giannis can handle the rock, Shea can handle the rock, Victor can handle the rock, Pascal can handle the rock, Sagun can handle the rock, Carl Anthony can handle the rock, and we know Donovan and Trey can handle the rock. Now, on this squad, Anthony Edwards got some handle, Jalen Brunson got some handle, Jaron Conda, Jalen Dude, Darius Dude, Evan Conda, K do, and Tyler do. And then we already know what's going on with the OGs, bro. Brian got handles, Steph got handles, AD got handles, Jason got handles, Durant got handles, Lillard got handles, James Harden got handles. We can question if Jaylen Brown got handles, but Kyrie definitely got arguably the best handles in the league. So, and then whichever one of them young squads got to take on one of them squads. Man, Holy, what you think about that, man? How you feel about that lineup? What you think, man? Who do you
I
think
ain't
got
even
the
hear
better
you, man.
lineup?
I ain't even hear you, bro. I'm back and forth.
Oh
I ain't
man,
even
nah, he
hear
ain't
you.
even hear me.
I ain't even hear you, man.
Man, check you out, man. You feel what I'm saying? This is the only drawback to the podcast. You know, you find yourself talking to yourself, but it's okay. But this year has been crazy for the NBA though, y'all. I think it's been more enjoyable to watch than the last previous years. And I think that's a good thing. I like this trade deadline stuff. Lightweight just made the NBA more appealing. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, all I
The
heard was
different
the only
players that
thing I
went to
heard
the
was you
different
talking about
places.
the dunk contest with the YouTubers.
Oh man, you was late.
Hey,
I had already
listen,
read all four teams by then.
hey, listen, the YouTubers gonna win.
I'm saying that, but
Hey,
that's fire though.
them YouTubers and them street ballers is gonna win in a dunk contest because I'll be watching them dunk contests and man, they be going crazy. Even at the high schools, they be going crazy. NBA, I
That's
don't know what's up with them.
but that's cool. That'll put the NBA on notice though. You feel me?
Mhm.
And that's why
Try
I
to make some
like it.
money.
Plus, the NBA, the way it's formatted is an American game, right? So it's like it's a lot of different entities that promote the game, bro. And the NBA should acknowledge that these people make people who don't necessarily watch the NBA or who are shied away from it, still make them love basketball. You know what I'm saying? And that should be considered. In my opinion, help the people who help you. I'll have to get something to drink. Dee Trynt Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Catch us on IG at Industry Sports or at Dee Trynt. If you miss the live streamings, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel, like, subscribe, share. Once you get in there, you'll see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly. All right. So we really just doing random topics and picking them out the air right now. All right. I wanted to get in here and chop it up with y'all a little bit about the NBA, a little bit about football. Baseball season just around the corner. NFL combine just around the corner. Okay. Uh, I guess one of the big questions is, what the fuck is Cleveland gonna do? Right? The Browns are in a pickle. Matter of fact, I don't remember the last time the Browns wasn't in a pickle in the offseason. Okay. It seemed like drama follows our team. Now, me personally, I don't think it's that bad. And I think we got some pieces. I think we got some possibilities. And I think we finally hit an offseason where Jimmy Haslam is going to allow Andrew Berry and head coach Kevin Stefanski to put the team together the way they see fit. And am excited to see that. Now, we've had a lot of dialogue back and forth between Browns fans base, and everybody agrees we need a quarterback, but very few people agree we should take a quarterback at 2. This is my thing, right? You have to have a vision as a leader of any entity, the one assembling the crew. You need a vision. How do you want to run your team? Who can you put there that you feel like can grow into the player that you ultimately want to see, or even exceed the player you envision, right? Oh, the Browns shouldn't take a quarterback at 2 because they're not good at it. Well, in all fairness, Tim Couch wasn't a bad quarterback. He just had a shitty team around him. Baker's not a bad quarterback. Baker just can't read defense. But for the 2 times that the Browns actually picked a quarterback with the number 1 overall pick, they actually had something. So I have no reason to believe that if they take a quarterback at 2, that they're not going to have something. My issue is every time we take a quarterback outside of the top 10, we have problems. So if it's me and I got the pick, I genuinely believe that the Titans are going to pick Shador at 1. And you know why? Because nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. They just so convinced that they're going to take Cam Ward at 1. But I'm not convinced because I think mentally Shador is the most NFL ready. I think physically Cam is the most NFL ready, right? I do think Shador's frame is going to grow. He's going to get bigger and bulkier over the next couple seasons, first couple seasons. I think Cam is already there. I think Cam just has to learn how to manipulate the pocket a little better. But I do think he has fundamental traits that work in his favor. He's already 6'3", 230. You know, I'm gonna assume he's gonna run about a 4.5, 4.6 in the combine, if not faster. I think his arm strength is up there with some of the high quality names. And I think, you know, he has a natural instinct to look for the open man. You know, I don't feel like he is going to key in on one receiver. He's gonna spread the ball around. I know Shador gonna spread it around. So that's why in my mind, the Browns will win either way. You stay at 2, you take one of the quarterbacks, cool, right? Then you got the Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward situation. Okay. I'm not gonna hold you, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, man. At first, I'm like, bruh, Miles can't go nowhere, bruh. He's gonna have to eat crow. But to be honest, bruh, we can get him the fuck up out of here. I ain't gonna hold you. Miles, you get the fuck on up out of here, bruh. Denzel, what you gonna do? Because we love you too, Denzel. Like, you from here, you feel me? So it's definitely your choice. You want to stay or you want to go? But Miles, man, you get the fuck on gone. Like, and don't get me wrong, man, I fuck with Miles. And there is nothing wrong with Miles wanting to go to a situation that he feels more confident in them improving on a year-to-year basis. But I'm so sorry, bro. If I'm going to look at the Browns and say, hey, y'all could have did better, I got to do the same on the other side and say, Miles, you could be a better leader. You're not a great leader. You're not a leader. And I don't say that to be disrespectful, bro. You're just not a leader. You don't inspire anybody on your defense to play harder than what they play. You've had quite a few teammates on there, and all the teammates that's been left all say the Browns cater to Miles, which means you have the cachet to say, hey, you know what? We need to feature this guy more because this will help. We need to utilize these guys here because it'll probably help. But you don't want to say nothing. You want to get all the praise, okay? But you don't want to contribute no type of real mental thought to how to make the defense better. And you're the leader of the defense. This is my problem with you. This is my problem with you saying you're the best defensive player in the league because you're not the smartest defensive player in the league. And that's a problem. It's hard for me to consider you the best if you're not one of the smartest. You know what I'm saying? This ain't taking away from nothing that you done did. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if we being all the way realistic about everything, you're not perfect, bro. You're not perfect to the point where you can go around doing all these weird ass interviews trying to basically shit on the franchise, especially a franchise that paid you, a franchise that had your back through multiple boneheaded ideas that you've had over the seasons. You know what I'm saying? We come to your rescue. Hey, we say we got to get Miles from help. But when you do this little tour, you're alienating the people who support you. You so focused on you and what your personal sentiments towards the organization, meaning the top people who make the decisions, that you don't even fully recognize your leadway and influence in the organization, or you don't realize how much what you say and do affects the fan base. You know what I'm saying? I think you could go down as the greatest defensive end or the greatest sack and tackle for loss end that we've seen in the league. But it's hard to call you the best defensive end ever, or even in that conversation. And a Super Bowl win is not going to put you there unless you virtually win a Super Bowl by yourself, bro. But I mean, you got guys on that line who could really help you. And what do? Do you take? I think about Siaki Ika and how his size could help you. Did you take him under your wing to help him get better? What about Alex Wright? What about Izzy McGuire? How do you and Dalvin Tomlinson work together? You know what I'm saying? Like, where, like, do y'all get together and come up with things and build your bond? This is what you should be doing. Now, they condemn Deshaun, but let's be honest about Deshaun, right? Deshaun in the offseason, he worked with the whole offense. He take them out so they can get to know each other. They can work out on things. They can do that. He does that. He only been here 3 seasons. He's done it every offseason. You've been here 8, 9 years. When did you do it? I think you did it one time when Deshaun did it. Like, come on, bro. You feel me? And I ain't mad at Denzel saying, like, bro, I want our best player on defense to leave. But if he leave, I gotta consider leaving. But Denzel, bro, you one concussion away from us having to eat your contract. You know what I'm saying? So it is, my thing is, if you're gonna have these stands and you're gonna feel some type of way, then there's a better way to approach the situation. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. It's just a better way to approach the situation, bro. And when y'all do stuff like this, y'all make it has more an effect on the fan base than it does the front office. Because the front office get to make the last decisions. Us fans don't. Us fans don't really have a say so. We say what all the fuck we want on social media. You know what I'm saying? We can call into these shows and have all these suggestions, but nobody in that organization is obligated to listen to us at all. But you guys are some of the highest paid players on the roster, and the organization is obligated to listen to you. So versus you telling them what you think should be better for the team and what you've talked to your teammates about that they think the direction that the leadership should go in, you crying and whining and bitching. You looking suspect to me. I don't know about nobody else, but you looking mighty suspect to me. Dee Trynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at Dee Trynt. If you miss a live records, you can catch replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you'll see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly. Make sure you do the same. Before we get up out of here, man, let's do just a little bit of recap. Going back to NBA, right? Because we're gonna have whole segments coming up about the NFL draft and what people are doing with their off season. And I understand the Super Bowl just happened. We chopped it up Monday about the Super Bowl. But it's All-Star weekend. So let's just give a little shout out to the guys doing their things this year on the NBA floor. The leading scorer in the league right now is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 32.6 points a game. Giannis Antetokounmpo is second with 31.8 points a game. Nikola Jokic is third with 29.8 points a game. Tyrese Maxey is fourth with 27.6. Anthony Edwards is fifth with 27.5. Kevin Durant is sixth with 27.3. Tatum sits at 27 even in the seventh position. Devin Booker sits at 26.2 in the eighth position. Jalen Brunson, 26.1, and Dame Lillard at 25.8. Why is Tyrese Maxey not in the why? See, this that shit Gilbert was talking about. How you the fourth leading scorer in the league, but you ain't in the All-Star game? That don't even make sense. All right, whatever. So those are top 10 scorers in the league, right? Let's go back. Let's talk about. Wait, why y'all won't let me change my joy? You know, one thing I don't like about these sites is they got the stupid way for you to see stuff. All right, I don't like the setup. I don't know. I don't know if the computers are slow or the people who programming the computers are not that bright. All right. And I don't want to hear, oh, they do the computers, they gotta be that bright. No, no, the fuck they don't, bruh. Like, no, they don't, bruh. Because you know how to do something, that's muscle memory. You ain't necessarily no thinker because your muscle memory good. But I could digress. All right. Top 10 assist leaders in the league this year. Trey Young at 11.5, Nikola Jokic at 10.2, Kate Cunningham at 9.4, LeBron James at 9, even James Harden at 8.6, Tyrese Halliburton at 8.5, Chris Paul at 8.1, Damian Lillard at 7.5, Jalen Brunson at 7.5, and Darius Garland rounds out the top 10 with 6.7. But him and Devin Booker are tied, and they both average 6.7. All right. Let's go with steal leaders. Dyson Daniels from the Atlanta Hawks leads the league at 3 steals a game. Shea follows up at 1.9, Tyrese Maxey at 1.9, Nikola Jokic at 1.8. You got Wallace from OKC at 1.8, Jalen Williams from OKC at 1.7, Chris Dunn from the Clippers at 1.6, Fred VanVleet averaging 1.6, Josh Hart 1.5, Kelly Oubre 1.5. And he is tied with Russell Westbrook, De'Aaron Fox, Scotty Barnes, uh, Caldwell Pope, James Harden, Jamal Murray, and Amen Thompson. All of those guys average a steal and a half per game. Blocks. Victor Wembanyama. My nigga averaged 3.8 blocks a game. Walker Kessler from Utah, he's averaging 2.4 blocks a game. Anthony Davis, now in Dallas, averaging 2.2 blocks a game. Brooke Lopez averaging 1.9 blocks. Daniel Gafford averaging 1.9 blocks. Miles Turner averaging 1.8 blocks. Greg Bataz Batazde. I always mess his name up, right? But he is in Orlando and he averages 1.7 blocks a game. Jaren Jackson Jr. averages 1.6 blocks a game. Alex Sarr averages 1.6 blocks a game. Donovan Clegane averages 1.6 blocks a game. Rudy Gobert 1.5. Evan Mobley 1.5. And Yves Missy at 1.5 as well. Let's go to rebounder leaders. All right, who is getting on the boards? Domantas Sabonis leads the league with 14.3 rebounds a game. Karl Anthony Towns, 13.4 rebounds a game. Ivan Zubac averages 12.7 boards a game. Nikola Jokic is averaging a triple double with with at least 1.8 steals. That's crazy. But he is averaging 12.6 rebounds a game. Giannis Antetokounmpo is averaging 12.2 rebounds a game. Anthony Davis averaging 12 rebounds a game. Walker Kessler averaging 11.8 rebounds a game. Victor Wembanyama averaging 11 rebounds a game. Rudy Gobert, 10.4 rebounds a game. Sagan is averaging 10.4 rebounds a game. And Jared Allen and Nikolai Vucevic, that's still in Chicago. They're both averaging 10.3 rebounds a game. So I ain't gonna lie, the NBA been pretty good this year. I like some of these these transitions. Oh, free throw leaders, right? You got Curry at 92%, Lillard at 92%, Amir Coffey at 90%, Anthony Simons at 90%, uh, Kyrie Irving at 90%, and you got Trayvon for the third at 89, Devin Booker at 89, Shedrick Alexander at 89, Colin Saxon at 89, Cameron Johnson at 89, Kobe White at 89, James Harden at 89, Jonas Vucevic is at 88, and Grady Dick is at 88. Uh, Guys are shooting the free throw well this year, right? And let's go to 3-point percentage, right? Because I think the top 8 people in 3-point percentage is usually in the 3-point contest, even though I don't think that's how they're going to ship out this year. Luke Kennard at 47.8. Torian Prince at 46.2. DeMontis Sabonis at 45.5. Keon Ellis at 45.1. Jokic at 45 even. Towns at 43.8. Wu Hachimura at 43.4. Grayson Allen at 43.2. Darius Garland at 43.1. Um, Gary Trent Jr. at 42.9. Amir Coffey at 42.8. Ty Jerome at 42.7. Hey, they spraying it from the three this year, though. You hear me? Hey, shooting above 40% from the three is great. All right, anything above that is excellent. So that's all right, man. So as you can see, the NBA is pretty lit this year, especially going through halfway. And with the recent trades that happened, I can only conclude that it's going to get better. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Make sure y'all check out All Star Celebrity Games. Start tomorrow at 7 on ESPN, and then it'll transition over right at 9 o'clock to the Rising Star Challenge. I believe all the festivities for All Star Saturday night is going to start about 7 o'clock, and then the All Star game on Sunday is going to start at about 6:30. It is a pleasure rocking with y'all as usual. Please stay warm, be cool. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. It was a pleasure, man. Have a great one.